In Uganda, about half of the households keep birds, scratching around. Now, here is a fun twist. Although most of these households are run by men, well, research shows that 40% of the people actually managing poultry enterprises at home are women. But tonight, we move from the village compound into the world of modern integrated poultry. I'm your host, Sheila Nabafu. Stay with me as we explore how Uganda's love affair with chicken is being transformed into fuel for agribusiness innovation, jobs, income, and high-quality protein on Ugandan tables.
The journey has been tough, I can tell you. When I started, I had done a lot of research, a lot of training, but I still made mistakes with the first batch. I quite lost huge number of birds in the first week of my first flock. But I learned a lot from it.
Good evening and welcome to a brand new episode of NTV Seeds of Gold. Today we are on Ssekajja Agro Farms Limited, an integrated poultry farm following a model that researchers say is becoming standard for serious players in the global poultry sector. For context, on this farm, they are coordinating breeders, hatchery, feed, broilers, and processing so that the bird is managed as one continuous project from chick to chilled chicken in stores. Studies in Asia and South America show that when one company manages most of the chain, it reduces coordinating problems, it improves planning, and it often boosts profit, sometimes by as much as 50%, of course through better scheduling and capacity use. Now, this farm is building exactly this kind of chain for the Ugandan and East African market. Quite often I say we bring you the best of the best, the creme de la creme, but hey, I keep on getting surprised, so I bring the surprise to you because today we just found ourselves something out of this world. It is one of a kind poultry farm. I am with the brains and minds behind it, Mr. Abbas Ssekajja. It is very nice to have you on the show.
Nice having you to our farm. Thank you.
We are very impressed. From the moment we drove in, utterly impressed. Everything that we have had to see, everything that we've been through, we are very impressed. Now, because this is NTV Seeds of Gold, we're here to inspire as well as impress. It would be nice to know your story. What's your story? Why the birds, and why are we going on this scale? Why are we this exceptional already?
All right, thank you, Shia. My name is Abbas, as you've introduced me. I'm Managing Director of Ssekajja Agro Farms Limited and the founder of Ssekajja Agro Farms, which I started in 2017. With just 5,000 birds, broiler birds. That's how I started.
Just.
Yes. Then it was a big number, but over time, people have gotten into poultry, and they are quite doing large, huge numbers for now, yes.
So we just started with our 5,000 birds.
Yes.
What inspired us to even consider starting, poultry? Many people are afraid of poultry. You know that? Quite a number of people will say, no, birds die so fast, but there's a loss, the feed. But what inspired you?
I'm an entrepreneur. When I say I'm an entrepreneur, I have other businesses that I do run. So there's this business of maize flour that I've done since 2010. And in 2017, at the height of it, when you mill, there's that byproduct called maize bran.
Yes.
So during that year, I had no market for it. And I thought, why should I probably, who is going to offtake, what should I do to offtake the maize bran?
The maize bran,
yes. So I thought, and poultry came into my mind. Because, poultry, the feed, the composition of the feed maize is part of the inputs that are maize and then maize bran.
Yeah.
Part of the inputs that are used to produce the chicken feed.
The chicken feed, yes.
So that's how I got into chicken.
So you figured I could buy from myself and feed my birds?
Probably I could buy from, or I could sell myself the maize bran that I had the other side to come and feed
my birds.
My birds.
And make more money while at it.
Money. And then don't have to stress around
looking for people to buy
the maize bran. Yes.
Well, I like it. I like it. That is thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of feed, it's one of those things that people are really petrified about when it comes to, as a matter of fact, research will show you that when it comes to expenses, when it comes to feed, takes over 65 to 70% of the monies spent on a farm. Yeah. How are you dealing with that?
Where we are now, there's that aspect of efficiency in feed. So many people in Uganda here, so many farmers, most of them produce their own feed. I think you've seen also these roadside mixers.
Yes.
Yeah, those that are informally doing the production of feed. So, but where the challenge is mostly to the farmers and us, where we started from, is how efficient is your feed.
Yeah.
You see, by the end of the day, the feed you feed, yes, I don't know if that is.
I get it. Yeah.
The chicken has to have the right specs for you to be able to profit out of the
chicken. Yes.
Out of the business.
The nutrients should be exact.
So if you don't get the right quality feed, at the end of the day, you not profit from the chicken. Yes. So we've mastered that.
Yeah.
Of course, with the help of experience and our partners that we deal with, those that supply us with premixes, and then that those also the same people that help us with formulation of our feed. Yeah. So we mastered that. Our feed is a quality feed that we use to efficiently feed our chicks. Yeah. And then be able to get the right results.
I see.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about the farm. When we visit quite a number of farms, exceptional farms, in this country, you'll be amazed. However, whenever we walk through the doors into, the chicken house, you're looking for where to step. Yeah. You are worried, like, oh my God, lest we kill these people's, birds. We gotta be careful. Meanwhile, yours, we are strutting like we're on the street. Like, how have you achieved that? Do we have less birds? How are we doing this?
Well, biosecurity is key. Is part of of what we do. Actually, even before we get into the quality of the chick, quality of the feed, and all that stuff, the human resource and everything before the farm, biosecurity comes first. So all the protocols that you've seen that we put on the farm are for us to achieve, at the end of the day, to achieve the results that we desire. Yes.
So you make sure that there's enough space for the birds in the room. Now you'll find many farmers preach ventilation. The birds must breathe. Blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, we can hold a concert in here and no one will know what's happening.
Yes.
Because quite often we find chicken houses have been constructed. There's so much space coming. There's air coming in, going out. What's the story with this, and how do you deal with the whole ventilation issue?
Okay. Now this where we are. It's EC house, environment controlled house, whereby everything is controlled. The air, the feed, the water, and everything is controlled. Yes. So in here, for the broilers, we keep 18 birds per square meter. Yes. And each house, the one we in, has a capacity of 20,000 broiler birds. So yes, they have enough space. Everything is controlled, as you can see. The lively, the air is okay, feed is available, water. So basically, it is how you. Okay, in the poultry term, it's called stocking density.
Yes.
Yes, we make sure it's the right stocking density per house.
Per house.
Yes.
And everyone is happy.
Yeah,
the birds are not dying.
They're not dying. They're lively. The growth is achieved at every stage. Yes.
Now, while we're getting to this point, you mentioned something very key: biosecurity.
Yeah.
I have never been sprayed this number of times, let alone dipped my boots this number of times. It feels like airport security, yeah? But it's a very good thing, is it not?
Yeah, it is.
Now, that is something that our viewers can see, are going to see, and will be like, oh my goodness, how many times did they get sprayed? How many times they dip their shoes? And they probably don't know that the team actually took a shower before coming into the chicken house, which is amazing. New to us, amazing. What are those other ergonomic practices, other things that they should do or must not do from scratch, even before the birds come in? What are the things they can do step by step? Because we have people out there quite interested in this, and like you said, we have more farmers interested in birds again. What are those things they should do, they shouldn't do to achieve what you are achieving?
Thank you. Well, you know, most of the farmers just when they get the concept of, you know, I want to do poultry, and they have space, they just want to get in chicks. They don't even know where to get the right chick. They would just buy feed and whatever else. Ideally, when you want to rear or do such a business, there are certain steps that you have to do before you actually bring in the birds. One, you should prepare the house where you're going to rear from. You should, if there were birds, then you need to clean it out, disinfect it, wash it, and leave it to rest for 2 weeks.
Before you even think
of, you know, bringing in birds. If it was an empty house, then you have to just clean. Disinfect, and then you prepare the brooding area. Bring in the litter that you're seeing, and then you think of bringing the birds in.
The birds. So now that the birds have come, the litter are here, what next?
So after that preparation and everything, you brought in your chicks, your day-old chicks. You also have to make sure that you have the right personnel,
manning
to man the process. Yes, most of the farmers don't know really how to
handle
to rear chicken. So it will be very important for you to have, if for example you're starting, be important for you to first have the person to take you through the whole flow. Then you get to know what transpires in the process of rearing. Yes.
Now I noticed that because these are rice husks, I think. So I noticed the layering is quite there. You know, like you step on it and you're like, this is it's really there. So how is this a must? Like, must it be that thick?
Okay, litter management, feed management, and everything, it's also crucial in poultry. So for this kind of birds, these are parent stock. So for this kind of litter, there's a certain amount of litter that is supposed to be in the shed. Yes, and it is on that basis that we put that litter in. For broilers, it is quite different. You don't require such a thick layer. It's basically a normal layer. But for parent stock, it's, we do require it to be thick. Then after that, you know, it can be, as long as it's clean. Yeah, as long as it's good. And this is turned.
Yeah.
Almost every 2 days, it is turned, and later on it's even changed. Sometimes.
So when do you change it? After a couple of weeks? After?
It really depends. For this kind of rearing, where it's in EC, there's minimal. You see, there's minimal water
spillage. Yes.
So this is we don't usually change until the flock is depleted. Yes.
Speaking of water spillage,
yes.
I am so impressed with the drink. I had to ask, are these drinkers or and someone said the nipple something. Yeah. So how does this work and what's the whole point?
This is a nipple drinking system. It's automated. There's a tank out there, and a control panel that controls everything. So the water just runs. The chicken goes to that nipple.
Yeah.
And it takes.
And these are just to hold, so nothing drops onto the house, because that will be a problem.
Whatever is not taken, it drops onto that cup. So there's no water spillage at all.
No spillage at all, which would explain why there is no stench at all. Completely. Someone wouldn't know there were birds in here.
So true. You can actually sleep in here.
Yes. Yes, you can. Yes. We are going to take a very short commercial break, but when we return, there is so much more to learn and be impressed about. Do scan the QR code on your TV, talk to us, join the conversation, tell us what you want to know, and tell us what you would like for us to profile next time. Do not forget that later in the show, we will have the expert opinion brought to you by YPA. Do not go away. Welcome back. I'm so glad that you are still with us. We are with the exceptional Mr. Abbas and learning a thing or two about broilers, agronomic practices, things you do, things you mustn't do, and how you can get to this point of your farm. So, Mr. Abbas, you're still telling me. Now, we've got this as an environment control system. Forgive me, I am new to this elegance. Now, I've understood that this is automated. We don't need to break down our walls for ventilation. We already have a system taking it in and whatever needs to go out and out. We are changing everything down, so we don't have to worry about stench. We don't have to worry about pretty much working well. Now, warmth, is it an issue for the birds? Because it's really spacious, but...
You see these sacks running around?
Yeah.
So those bring in the heat during the brooding. In the first 2 weeks. There's a system out there. Maybe we'll look at it. It's a diesel heater.
Yeah.
We just put in diesel, switch it on, and then it produces the heat through the control panel that we have. Then it produces the heat that
it needs.
That the chick needs.
And then you don't have to have someone sleep in here and keep on checking.
You just have to set the temperatures that you want, and then that's it. The heat will just come in.
That's amazing. Because that stresses people.
Yeah.
They literally have people sleeping in the chicken house.
And those are some of the challenges initially we had when we started this business. You can't be there supervising people for 24 hours. So some of those challenges pushed us to go to this route.
Yeah.
Yes. Here you just put everything into the control panel. You just have to check in the birds if there's where they need your intervention.
Yeah.
So, but there's minimal human interaction between the birds and
which, if you ask me, is a good thing at some point, because then you don't have to worry about diseases coming in and out. They're less.
This system is able to, give us good mortality rates. We lose less than 2% of mortality. We get good uniformity from this system because birds are able to grow at a uniform pace. Also able to achieve weights in the shortest time. Our FCR is quite good in this system.
And with broilers, we are looking for that weight, aren't we? Any poultry farmer watching this knows that feed is where the money goes, with scientific and economic studies putting feed at roughly 60 to 75% of the total cost of broiler production. That is why SAF has invested in its own feed production. Pretty much a good call, because by formulating feed internally, the farm can chase better feed conversion ratios, getting more meat from every kilogram of feed. Research also shows that even small improvements in FCR translate into big gains in profitability, because they save feed without compromising growth. Now, we have the water is automated, the heat is automated, the air circulation taken care of, the feeding. I might have my feed, all of it, perfect. The nutrition is in there, everything the bird needs. Do I know when to feed the bird? Do I know how much to give a bird? And at what stage does it eat this? At what stage does it eat that? These are some of the things that our aspiring poultry farmers would like, to know or need to know. Yeah,
for our farmers out there, a breeder, if you're rearing a breeder bird, you feed it with starter for the first 2 weeks, and usually it depends. Most of the farmers use 0.5 per bird grams, but others use between 0.6 to 0.8 for the first 2 weeks. Then after 2 weeks, you feed it with grower. And each bird will consume, for the next 2 weeks of grower, they'll consume 1.2 kgs. And for finisher, that lasts 1 week, because usually a breeder takes 5 weeks to mature. So the last week of finisher, we always use about 1 to 1.2 kgs. So in total, a bird is able to consume 3 kgs of feed. Yes. And it must be, administered in that manner, because you can't give the starter to the wrong bird. No, you can't. We must the follow first that. 2 weeks, and that's the brooding time. They tend to they eat starter. Then after that, the growth, where they put on weight, that period, we feed it with grower, and then the finisher to the slaughter stage. Yes, that is the stage. Now, it's been quite the journey. From 2017 to today. Yes. In between there, let's talk about your challenges and opportunities and your growth. What has it been like? What's the journey been like? The journey has been tough, I can tell you. When I started, I had done a lot of research, a lot of training, but I still made mistakes with the first batch. I quite lost huge number of birds in the first week of my first flock. So, but I learned a lot from it. Just motivated me further to do better. To grow more birds. That's what I did. So it's been a journey of learning, of doing mistakes, learning from the mistakes, learning new things, and learning a lot of things. That's amazing. So what are our future aspirations? We already have come to a point where we've perfected a system such as this. You know what your birds need, what they mustn't go through or be exposed to. You've gotten to a point where you can hatch your own chicks, right? So what does the future hold for you? Actually, before we go to the future, what forced us into breeding, where we started from, we were buying chicks from our suppliers, now competitors. But I think when we grew to a certain stage, they started viewing us as competitors. So they would limit us with the supply of chicks. Oh, really? Yeah. So that forced our hand into going into breeding. And here we are. We now have our own flocks. We do our own hatching. And yes, the future looks good, promising. And we are telling farmers, we aim to produce the cheapest quality chick on the local market. and we're here to serve you with the best quality.
And show them what real competition looks like.
Yes.
And that's something Ugandans love. We love quality in big quantities.
Yes.
That's amazing. Well, so right now, when you have a system like this, because it makes one feel like, you know what, there is less work. I don't have to worry about some other person watching the birds and all that. There are no challenges that come with this at all.
Yeah, this system is supposed to give us efficiency.
Yeah.
In whatever we do. We're supposed to get birds in the shortest time with low mortality. FCR should be very good, but it also comes with some challenges, and the challenges are with the human resource.
Of course.
The people that man the system. There are not so many in Uganda, so you cannot easily get the people to man it from the local market.
That is very true.
So you have to get your people, train them, and that involves a cost.
It does.
2, unreliable power. We all know the problems we have with our electricity.
You eat this. Oh.
Yes. So these houses need power 24/7. So when you have challenges in electricity, then you'll have challenges in manning the system.
Of course.
So, but we've mitigated this by having our generator on the site.
Yeah, backed up onto
Yes,
them.
and whenever power goes off, the generator comes on.
It's standby.
Yes,
It just goes on and whatever. But then if you look at it, it becomes quite the cost, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's such a huge cost.
It is.
But it's worth it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's quite.
You either buy the
where
fuel
we came from,
or kill the birds.
where we are, I'd rather choose this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, if you look at it, it's not a big price to pay. Don't worry about the birds.
Don't worry about someone, whether they've fed the birds, whether they've served the birds with
Exactly.
water and everything. Yes.
But what people don't know out there is this is a very unique poultry farm. We visited quite a number, but I will have you know we haven't visited a poultry farm that is vertically integrated. Yes. I mean, to have the breeding, the hatching, the processing, that is not. How do you manage it all?
So the desire to integrate the operations came from the challenges we are facing as a business.
Yeah.
One, there was an inconsistent supply of chicks. So we had to, come up with a way of how to stay in business.
Of course.
And that was getting into the breeding, breeders. So because ideally what we started with was rearing and then slaughter and sell to the market. But then getting the chicks became a problem, so we integrated that, we added it. So also when you have the birds and you have the hatching eggs, you need to where to hatch from. So we had to find a hatchery. So adding a hatchery to the operations.
And that way growing the business.
And then now that having mastered the whole process, we're trying to grow our operations so that we're able to serve all our clients. So
you want to take over? Yeah? You're taking over the whole thing?
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Yeah. We're getting there.
They are coming. We are going to take another very short commercial break. When we return, we've got farming opportunities and we have your expert opinion for our goat and maize enthusiasts. Do not go away. We have so much more to learn. When you come back, trust me, we are going to take a walk around so you can appreciate what this farm has to offer. This looks a little capital intensive, Now, for somebody that wants to get started, of course they're going to worry, do I have to start from here, or can I, start from somewhere and make my way to this? So what would your advice be to them?
Our lovely farmers out there, they may not start with this, yes, because this is huge, and we also didn't start from
here.
from here. So, but where we started from, there are those open-sided sheds where they can start.
The usual ones.
The usual ones,
Yeah.
the normal ones, where they're open on both ends.
Yeah.
Yes, and covered in the middle and the sides. So they are, I think, a good point to start from.
With the charcoal in the pot.
With the charcoal in the pots or in the bricks. And
Yeah.
so I think that is better to start with, so that you get to
where you
to learn the poultry rearing and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
One step at a time.
One step at a time. Yes.
As
the numbers grow,
yeah.
Then probably you can think of
elevating.
having this system.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
Before we go to get the system, we're doing about 100,000 birds every month. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
How many are we doing now per month?
Right now we're doing 160,000 every month.
That is impressive, right?
Yeah.
And all of it, you dress it before you take it to the market.
Yes, it depends. It depends on the market dynamics.
Yeah.
But the majority of it is dressed and sold.
Unsold.
Yes.
Speaking of the market dynamics, what is the market like? You know, Ugandans' desire for chicken will never die.
Yeah.
What does the market look like?
The route to market is quite different according to the producers. You know, most of what we produce in Uganda goes into the informal market. The informal, I mean the roasters, the wholesalers.
Yeah.
Yes. And then the formal market is about 30%. The restaurants, okay, the supermarkets, hotels, and restaurants. Yes. So mostly we produce for the informal market.
Yeah.
And that's where we sell most of our dressed chicken.
As a consumer,
yes,
of the informal, we thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think we should take a walk around and see what more the farm has to offer.
Okay.
Learn and understand some of these systems, because some of us are seeing them for the first time.
Yeah.
We're excited to know how they work.
Yeah.
And also, it would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and actually, this system is only on this site. The other site still have the other old system.
Progress. This is still great progress. So why do they bundle up like that? Like warmth or something?
Cold.
Oh. So they bundle up and then get a bit of warmth. I keep digging. What are they looking for?
These ones feed only in the morning.
These birds?
These birds. The parent stock.
Oh.
Yes.
Why only in the morning?
Because we need to control their weights. Yes. They are not like broilers, which feed 24 hours a day. And we have to get them, yes, in quickly.
Yeah.
Yes, but these are we're going to rear them for the next 23 weeks, and then they'll start laying for the next 40 weeks. So they will be in production for the, I think that 40 weeks plus 23 weeks, that's about 65 weeks. So you need to control their weight. And if you don't control their weight, then they won't give you the eggs.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Now, don't we worry when the husks go into the feeder and all?
They clean it out.
Or before they put fresh back. And these guys don't eat them?
No, they don't. They don't. Like they said, they know what
Like that's trash. Like, so you have the automated drinkers, but I also see some drinkers.
To supplement, now these are young. You won't see the older one. These are just like 2 weeks. Yeah. So we do supplement with the drinkers.
Do we put vitamins? Do we put anything in there?
Vitamins, and then also we use those drinkers for vaccination.
So these are vaccinated same as any other bird. Yes. You don't have to
Yeah, just that the vaccination schedule is different from the normal broilers. Yes, but the way we vaccinate is almost the same.
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
The male get really big.
Yeah, they're big.
We are on Farm B, and right here you have approximately 6,300 eggs collected per day just for the hatchery. And in a day, each pen is visited about 6 times to collect eggs. Now, it is intentional farming right here, where you have suspended feeders for the stronger birds because they tend to kick the weaker ones. So for the weaker birds, we have feeders that are placed on the ground. I mean, at the end of the day, we are going to get gold out of each hen. Every hen is a chance to feed. It's so intentional around here. When you look around, the birds are healthy, the birds are well taken care of, the workers are well trained. And again, biosecurity is a big deal. So I see they're mixed up. There is nothing wrong with that.
No, there's no. The male are supposed to fertilize the female. Yeah, and we're supposed to get the fertilized hatching eggs.
Of course.
From them. Yes.
And
if you don't have the males, then you'll have unfertilized eggs.
That is true. You know, with other animals, they try to keep the males and females apart for some time so that it's effective. But with the hens, it's no issue.
No, it's not an issue.
Because
of course, there's a certain percentage that you're supposed to keep. And currently, we're doing about 9%. I mean, of the males in the females.
With the females.
Yes.
You know, that's how the world works. More women, less guys. No?
So, and the female feed using these chain feeders, and the male use the yellow.
But why is that though?
No, we feed them differently. Yeah. What we feed the males is different from what we feed the females. So they're not supposed to feed on the same feed. Yes.
Because there's something in the female's feed that is that shouldn't be with the male.
Because these are supposed to be laying eggs. The other ones we're supposed to just keep them. So the nutritional specs are different.
Now, how do you make sure that the males do not eat the female's feed in there?
You see the comb? That one can't fit in here.
Oh.
So the female will feed from here. Those will feed from the other yellow feeder.
You make these yourself, or you get them somewhere?
Yeah, these are made here locally, and we made them ourselves.
And do you make money off it? Like, do you sell to other farmers and all?
No, we don't do. We just do for our own use.
Your own use. Knowing you, I think you're cooking up something, aren't you?
We know we are not so many breeders.
Yeah,
not so many. We if you look at the numbers, we're less than 10 breeders countrywide. Of course, there are those small breeders, but the commercial ones are less than 10.
You're very few. Very few.
So I don't think there's market for it.
Yeah, yes. I hear you. I hear you. But it doesn't take a toll on you, demand and all that stuff.
No, it doesn't. Either way, you have to have them. You have to plan for them. You have to budget for them.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. Because we've seen enterprises where the demand gets so high and the farmer can't supply.
You're saying in terms of
not just poultry, really. You have different farming enterprises.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes like last year we had we had a period where the demand exceeded what we could supply. Yes.
I see.
And we try to, compensate that by bringing in new flocks of breeders. So in the next 4 to 5 months, we should be able to supply.
You're good to go.
Yes.
You're good to go. Now, egg production, how is it going on this farm?
Currently, we have a flock that is 40 weeks in production, and it's still laying at 87%, and that's good compared to the standards. Yes, and we're doing well. The fertility and hatchability are always still high. Yes.
When people see this level, they're like, oh my God, I need to get there. I've got my 5,000, the way you started the thing, my 5,000 birds, and they're looking at the mass, So roughly, how much would you say one would spend on a hen, let's say?
Now, for those who want to get into breeding, you'll have to spend about 200,000
per hen.
shillings per hen
From the time they come in?
to the point of lay. Yes, that is what you'll need.
I'm doing the math. It is hurting me. But for those watching, we are rooting for you.
Yeah. But it's worth it.
It's worth it. Once you start to reap from it, it's worth it, isn't it?
And you don't have to start this big.
Start
There
small.
are those that have started small in breeding and they've made it, they've grown.
You live within your means, slowly by slowly you get there.
Yes.
But the cocks are so big. How do you get them so big?
Yeah. So, like I said, they're about 40 weeks. And compared to the weight standards, they're within the range.
As we saw on the broiler unit, SAF is rearing commercial birds under controlled biosecure systems with a focus on good FCR, low mortality and uniform weight. So at what point do we sell these, or maybe slaughter and dress them?
Yes, they go into production at 22 weeks. Then they lay for 45 weeks. Then we sell off the flock.
Are there people that come and say, I want them as they are, or everybody wants them dressed?
No, actually, we don't dress them. We sell them as live birds.
Oh, really?
I think along the markets,
We've seen
you've seen these.
We've seen
big
those,
birds. So these are the parent stock that we sell.
Oh, they're so huge. Okay, I see.
A goat house is not even an investment. It is called a capital expense. Now I'm in economics. My fellow farmers, we are now that road. It is called capital expenditure. Now, look at the house we are seated in. Right here, I'm housing 300 goats.
What's wrong with the fancy house?
It wastes our money and it doesn't do the job well. Instead of wasting 1 billion on construction, heaven's sake, waste the 1 billion on goats. Farmers do one single mistake. They invest on the factors of production and forget the production. 100 million, you buy land worth 50 million shillings. You do construction worth 30 million shillings. You drill water worth 15 million shillings.
Yep.
Right now, as we speak, we have 5 million left.
Yeah.
And this is what we are going to use for buying goats. Now my question, what are you going to sell in the next 6 months? I don't know if they have showed you around. Very easy. Not even 10 million shillings spent on construction. You get my point? I'm housing 300 goats. And guess what? 300 goats can get me about a minimum of 150 million shillings every 6 months. You're going to invest the same money, but the other way around. And you're going to be getting 5 million every 6 months. You'll never find me. You'll always call me an Illuminati, state agent.
Now that is all we had for you today. We will see you again. We will be visiting this farm again because there is so much So much more to show you. I am talking about the hatchery, the abattoir, you know, the racing processing chain or system or line. That is what they called it. But hey, we'll be back with you again for more on agribusiness and agriculture. But don't go away. Up next, you have NTV Weekend Edition coming in with your weekly news highlights. Don't go away. Thank you so much for watching.